Hey guys, what is up? My name is the Global Snowman and welcome back to another video on my channel. And today guys, we are going to be looking at the game Plants vs Zombies Heroes. Basically, Plants vs Zombies Heroes is a game where you can either choose a side of plants or zombies, but today guys, in this case, we are going to be plants. I have devised a deck for this hero called Rose, called Agro Bounce. I believe it's one of the best decks I think I've ever created, and it has gotten me to Ultimate League. Ultimate League being the ultimate form of level. It's almost a pinnacle of skill. You have to be really skilled in order to get there, or just face a lot of people who are not as good as you. But this game seems to really be pay to win half of the time, so I'm not sure if skill is completely involved. Right now I'm showing you guys my Agro Bounce deck. Just pay attention to everything in it. It's not really a hard game to understand once you start getting the basics of it. I have been wanting to start a Let's Play series for a game like this, but I've put over a year and a half worth of progress into this game, so basically the series is going to be me overviewing decks and updates that the game has been releasing. Next video I will release though will be a Battle Cats video, so stay tuned to that. If you guys really like this series, make sure you show me some love by the views. For instance, I know that Battle Cats is one of my most loved gameplays on my channel because it gets nearly 20 to 60 views each video, which is crazy, especially knowing that I only have 30 subscribers. Back to the gameplay here guys, this deck really focuses on bouncing other zombies so that way you can come in with the big damage with Jelly Bean, Astrocado, and Elderberry. But let's get into a game here guys. Alright, we have another Ultimate League. I forgot to mention that you guys can select different heroes, and at the beginning of each game you can trade out cards just like this, so that way you can start each match with random cards every time. It's only turn 1 right now, so I would only start out with one Sun. And as you can see, he removes one of my key plays here, the Lima Pleurodon, which conjures magic beanstalks, which are extremely good. So it's at this point when I realize, I need to do something. So he plays a Grave and I immediately decide to bounce it, gaining a card, which isn't too useful because I already have that card, but I can try and make some use with it later in the video. Turn 3 guys, I just drew an Astrocado, which is turn 5, which does 5 damage to the zombie hero. He decides to play zombie and it unleashes a bonus attack. So in total he does 4 damage to me, which really hurts. Now, in this video guys, I make a really big comeback and it was a really good showcase for this deck. He also decides here to play a Gravestone. I have no more bounces, but I realized by playing Jelly Bean I could probably get an advantage when I decide to bounce something next turn, and I also get rid of the Electrician. Alright guys, so it's at this point where things go downhill. He plays a Sumo and moves my Jelly Bean over, which means I can't kill his Sumo, and then he makes my Jelly Bean weaker by giving it -3 attack, which is not really good. At this point, he decides to give my Jelly Bean -3 attack. Jelly Bean is not strong enough to kill Zombie Middle Manager, and my Sunflower is now dead. It's at this point where things aren't looking too good for me. But then I draw Sobeans, and I realize that maybe I can turn this game around. Sobeans giving me 4 magic beanstalks. Well, it adds them to my deck and I draw a card. I also decide to bounce the Sumo to hopefully keep my Jelly Bean alive. But then out of the Gravestone pops an Exterminator, making my Jelly Bean completely useless and giving him 0 attack. He also decides to play an environment that gives zombies 3 more HP when played in that specific lane. I draw another one of those cards and it's not very good because, I don't have much offensive power at this point. I decide to play an Astrocado and hopefully do 5 damage to the zombie hero. But then another sumo gets played and Jellybean gets moved over to the exterminator. I honestly would have done something different during that play, but Jellybean goes back to normal size, but he still does not get his attack back. Sumo is not strong enough to kill Astrocado, and I managed to do 5 damage while Astrocado is still alive. I also decide to heal, so that way I get 16 HP back, and I decide to heal Astrocado again, so that way Sumo is not able to kill him. So then we battle again. Jellybean is dead. He does 3 damage to the face, and then Zombie Middle Manager procs my block, and I can decide to transform a zombie into a 1/1 goat, but I decide not to, just in case I can probably make better use of that card. He decides to play a medic, giving Rust Bolt 14 HP. I still realize, it's only 14 to 13. He has 14 health, I only have 13, but that's not really a big difference. I also decide to turn that into a goat, so that way he doesn't do as much damage. It's also at this point when I realize I'm probably going to get him down to 9 HP because of Astrocado, and things start looking good again. But then he makes it so that way Astrocado cannot kill Medic. So again, I do another 5 face damage, at least that's what I thought until he blocked it. Once Astrocado is dead, I get an Astrocado seed. He heals all the way up back to 20, and again my Sunflower is dead. Luckily I gain a new one here, but it doesn't look like I have much offensive power at all. But then I draw a Magic Beanstalk, and it's at this point when I finally start to realize maybe I can make a comeback. So it's at this point when things start looking really good, and this is where the turning point of the game starts to occur. I gain 2 Magic Beanstalks and then draw a Jellybean. Bean Evolution, I get to bounce a zombie. So I don't know why, but in this video I decided to bounce the goat. If I would have bounced the medic or the legendary zombie, I forget what it's called right now, I'm sorry guys. But if I would have bounced it, they would have been able to use their abilities again. For instance, if I would have bounced the medic, he would have came back and he still would have been able to heal. If I would have bounced the other zombie, he would have came back and would have gained zombies +1/+1 for a second time in a row. Astrocado seed, start of turn, it turns into a new Astrocado, and right now the board is in favor of me, so things are looking really good. Seems like Astrocado's going to die here, but then I get a gravestone and I am able to bounce it, which is really nice because not only does Jellybean get stronger, but I also draw a card. Seeing that I draw a card, I decide to play Limaploridon in the Amphibious lane. Once I bounce it, not only does Jellybean get stronger, but Limaploridon adds a Magic Beanstalk into my deck, and then I use Elderberry and transform the Limaploridon into a 5 damage Striker Elderberry. If things go right here, I can do a total of 10 damage to the zombie hero. He transforms that into a shark, and this is where problems start to brew again. Once a shark hurts anything, it immediately kills it, or if any zombie is hurt in that matter, the zombie immediately kills the plant, and the shark gets +1 to its attack. Rust Bolt plays a trick, and that allows the shark not to be hurt this turn, and my board is almost wiped clean. I then managed to get another Jellybean, but cannot use Bean Evolution because Elderberry is not a bean, he's a berry. So I decide I can't bounce anything unless he plays a gravestone until he does. He actually decides to play 2 this turn, giving me the advantage. I decide to place Jellybean on the heights area, so that way I block this gravestone and I am able to bounce the other one. So I bounce that gravestone, I draw a card, Jelly Bean gets stronger, I draw another bounce, I decide to bounce Shark here, and I am able to play my Astrocado Seed. But then he plays a Sumo and moves my Astrocado Seed, so I am not able to get a new Astrocado, and Astrocado dies, essentially. But I'm still able to do 5 face damage to this guy. Luckily, throughout this video, this guy does not carry many tricks. I don't think he played more than 3 tricks throughout the entire fight. If he would have had tricks, this battle would have went completely differently. But I then get another gravestone bounce and wait for him to play another gravestone, so that way I can get the advantage. He decides to play a shark, and yet he plays another gravestone. Now all I do is wait. Now if I didn't have this gravestone bounce, I probably would have died this turn, and he would have won. I decide to bounce that gravestone, and now Jelly Bean is free to do damage to the zombie hero, and I block the paparazzi zombie. Oh, sorry, I block the scientist just in case he plays any tricks here, which he doesn't. Jelly Bean does damage, and I get the win. So that's basically how this game works, guys. I definitely want to do more videos on this, except next time do live commentary. It's just hard because live commentary on a phone sounds really weird. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the entire video. If you like the video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share with a friend. My name is the Global Snowman. I'll catch you guys in the next video.